Good morning, everybody. This is Michael DeJoya from the Affinity Legends of Wall Street Trading Room. The market was on the verge of collapsing yesterday, and then it scooped up and rallied, okay? Meaning that the market was just about to teeter and fall over the edge of this bear flag, but it said, no, not yet. And then it's probably set up for us to rally. I'm going to say probably up to the 106.50 area. Okay, we are currently trading at 104.42 on the QQQ. On the SPY, we did actually trigger down, but I want to draw this and then draw it in a couple of different ways. And I have been doing less of my gap stop stuff lately, but I'm going to be getting back into that as the market has been trading, and we've been trading the general markets. So basically, we have a big bear flag on the SPY. We have a lot of room to the upside on the SPY. If we break above yesterday's high on the SPY, which it looks like we're very liable to do, we should start to fade this gap and move up. In fact, if we move all the way up to the double top, that would actually be appropriate for a bear flag. Okay, and we've been drawing this bear flag description for some time now. And what we've done is go down, right? So we actually made a big topping tail and ended up going back down. And then we went down. And then yesterday we went back up. We're setting up to go back up. So usually what will happen, and I'll change the color just so that we can see that this is yet a new variation, is what usually happens is we rally up. We fail to make a higher high, and then we trigger down. And then, of course, you go down to the next level, which would be the bottom of the flag pole from the initial move down. That would be one possible variation. Obviously, if we don't go down, we can put in a higher low and save. Okay? So there are a couple of different options for us to watch and see and play out. Okay, so that's what we're watching here. Now I am going to start doing the earnings results update and list. Okay, there's two things that we like to do. There's this resource page which gives us upgrades and downgrades. I just use the briefing free investor service. Okay, that's one way that you get some gaps. Okay, and then the other ones are the the earnings. We gotta log in. Okay. And then these are the after the close, we got three stocks. We got FUL, SCS, and Worthington. Now, obviously, you can see what happens as we get further on in the week. Okay, there's a couple less. We're finishing up on earnings season. I'll show you where earnings season starts to pick up again. Got paychecks coming up on September 30th. And I'll show you the big one. There it is, guys. The opening of earnings season is October 8th. So we literally have 2 weeks to earnings season. The official open of the new earnings season. These are all the stragglers, okay? And those stragglers are the, the ones that we just got to be mindful of. We're actually going to, for the first time in probably 3 years, start properly marketing for, our next earnings runner list, which is going to be in the second or third week of October, which is probably going to be around October 14th or so, 14th and 21st, and we're going to try to do two very, very specific lists, one in the beginning of earnings season and one at the end of earnings season. All right, guys, we have the markets opening in just about 1 minute. Okay, I am going to be watching for a jig down. Because we are gapping up, what I would expect is that we will jig down and then bottom out probably around 10 o'clock, and then rally from there, because markets don't bottom. They generally double bottom. And on the second bottom, they generally, so they don't bottom, they generally double bottom. And on that second bottom, that's usually a fast retest. Okay? Now, any break above this prior day, yesterday's high, we are in a fade zone for at least a point, point and a half on the SPY. And on the Qs, we can run all the way up to 106.50. But I would expect the initial move to be down, because this looks like a bear flag to me. That pre-market action looks like a bear flag. Oh, good morning, Emery. Guys, we're already starting to trigger on that. Let's see if we get a fast move down. You will be looking for a check mark. Let's watch FUL today, which is gapping up. It's got earnings after the close. It might be a good, good earnings runner. Okay, guys, FUL. Bang. Already getting a lot of interest. It's one of the few stocks that have earnings today, and it's already getting interest. Watch for a pullback. Okay, guys, if it breaks above that base, the other one that was probably will follow through is SSYS. SSYS, watch for continuation. Okay, let's watch the Qs right now. Guys, the initial move down occurring. The less it moves down, okay, I would really want it to go far down, meaning back into this base at around 103.50 if it's going to be a strong move up. You know, I'm still not really determined at how far I think it's going to go. There goes the move down, guys. Let's see, CTXS. Guys, CTXS, Citrix Systems. Watch this one for a gap and go. Citrix Systems. Gapped up, above prior bars. It should get continuation, so I'll put that one on the list as well. Obama speaking before the Pope. He's not going to say anything much important. See Apple as a fade. Okay, guys, so that was our initial sell-off. We kind of hit the 200 period moving average. We may really start to ignite here. That would be a very quick move down if it does. Not quite down to the bases in the bottom. Guys, potash continuing to go down. MOS also continuing to go down, but these have a lot of room for reversal if they do start to reverse. FUL. Okay, guys, watch FUL. It's a little thin. I believe this is Fuller Brush Company, but Not even sure. Let me take a look. Just for fun. Worthington is also today after the bell. They've gotten crushed. Red Hat was Monday, actually, so I missed that one. Finish Line, FNL. FINL. Let's take a look. Finish Line, let's keep an eye on that one. Finish Line is near its lows, double bottom. Let's take a look at Jack. Does anybody remember that they used to say Jack in the Box sold kangaroo meat? I think Jack in the Box is a great chart. Jack in the Box owns that place Cordoba. It's like they're just opening the one up over here. It's like a Chipotle. I think Jack in the Box really is a great chart on the daily. It's into daily clear air. Problem with Jack in the Box is it's probably one of the spreadiest stocks in history. I'll tell you, I haven't seen anything that's worth trading just yet. Just the markets. CTXS. Citrix CTXS. Yeah, this is going to look like a fade. If it breaks the 5-minute low here on Citrix, it's a good fade. It'll fade the gap. Making a long topping tail. It hit into the prior gap area. Let's see the cues. Are we getting our sell-off? All right, guys. So far, the bear flag short has worked. Okay, but it's not the play that I'm going for today. Intel, guys, from yesterday, INTC, probably a good one, worth watching. Okay, Intel was a good fade already. It may fade and then go down even further. Another way to do it is the SMH. I think Michael mentioned that yesterday, SMH. The SMH looks like a great chart. I would think that if you want to short anything, you'd probably want to short the SMH. If there is a good short, probably be the SMH. Guys, watch Jack. If you have the stomach to trade a stock that has a wide spread, watch this one on a pullback. INTC. Looks like a great daily chart. If it breaks below that moving average, INTC falls. On the SMH, if you did short it, SMH, you put your stop above the high of the day. So right now it's at 40 spot 87. Your stop is at 49, let's say 20. I'm watching Jack for a dip and rip. That was a really strong day yesterday, and they put in that's a pivot low. This is a low. This is a higher pivot low. It may not go today. It may wait till tomorrow for it to go. The fade on the market was a good fade. So far that was a great short, right, from that bear flag at open, okay? And we've made a nice little pull down. Okay, I would say, though, that potentially we can get a bounce here and then maybe another move lower. So far, guys, our read on the market has been correct. The gap up faded, and it is fading. Anybody who took the market short at the open is very happy. John Streetman, nice play. I don't know that the VIX is the best way to play this because the volatility is not particularly volatility. You might be better off playing something like the QLD, shorting that. You see the short on the QLD went from 68.50 down to 68. So that dropped far more than the market did and at a lower price. The other one you could have bought was the QID, which shot up from, guys, this full FUL, I'd watch this for some kind of reversal going into its earnings. It completely fell back on its face. Something for you to watch, at another time. Guys, the SMH short is working. That one I'm in, SMH. That is starting to trigger down. SMH, I'm probably going to add to it because I only have a small lot of shares. If it falls off this cliff, it goes hard. I'm questioning whether Jack in the Box is a buy at this moving average. It might be worth a marker lot, 100 shares if you can get it at like 38.45, 78.45. See the SMH again. I do like the Jack in the Box as a long. I'm just watching INTC. Might be the better short. That's just one stock in the SMH versus the entire index. Let's see, National Semiconductor, guys. Norfolk Southern, actually. It's a terrible chart. Guys, Jack, I think, is a good buy here at the moving average. It made a nice fade of the gap. And then I think that usually what happens is that the trend will resume. Should at least go back up to the high from today, which is about 40 cents. It's just very illiquid and thin. It's amazing how few trades go off on this. I bought 100 shares. I'm not even seeing other trades go off on this. I bought 100 shares on this, and I don't know. Let's see, BAC. Yeah, BAC is breaking above the prior bar's high. Has room up to 1580. It's not my favorite stock to trade. Let's watch that. I used to trade it a lot in our scalping days. Let's see, GoPro, GPRO. Jack, guys, is so weird. The stock moves and doesn't even have any prints going off. Strangest stock ever. Just the price just changes without actual sales. I've watched it go up. People just bid against each other. It's up to 78.59. As an old level 2 guy, it's just hard for me to figure that one out. Guys, I think this is a great spot to short the SMH. It's made a move down. It's bear flagging into the declining moving averages. You could let it get a little bit more mature. Meaning you could let it go a little bit further, but then you might miss it. You might want to start legging in here. Let's see what else we got. GE, FCX, RTN, FMC. Guys, this one has a nice chart, FMC. You know, it might be a climactic reversal here. Watch that one. Guys, Intel starting to roll over and go down, which is going to be good for the SMH. They pretty much are made up of Intel. Okay, guys, so like a great way to play Intel short is to play the SMH. Intel was a beautiful short, breaking the 5-minute low. This is called a gap fade. The SMH is going to be slower than Intel. So even though it's slower than Intel, it's got a better daily chart. Intraday chart on Intel looks a little bit better, but the daily chart on the SNH looks better. And guys, Jack in the Box continues to move even though there's no trading going on. It's up to 59.49. By the way, guys, the reason why the SMH moves with Intel, I don't know what the exact percentage is. Oh, we got a print on the Jack in the Box. We got some prints. Jack in the Box printed at 78.62. So if you bought it with me at 42, you should put out an offer here at 78.78. I think this is a great level to short the SMH. It's now hitting into the moving averages. So that gives you a lot of altitude for you to short into if the Intel continues to go down. Usually you want to short something once it rallies into the moving averages and rejects. Look at Jack in the box, Jack. So here's Jack in the box. We bought it as it hit the moving averages, and now it's going up. I put my offer out there at 77 cents, but the market's not there now. I have the sell limit at 78, 78. Probably needs a little break. It's made a very big low volume move up. See, today I took the Intel short. I mean, instead of taking the Intel short, I shorted the SMH, and the Intel is the one that worked. So far, it's the one that's working. The problem now for Intel is that on the 5-minute, it looks great. On the 1-minute, it looks great, rather. On the 5-minute, it doesn't look so great. It looks like it could bounce. And on the daily, it could bounce based on that moving average being below. And on the Qs, we started to do that bounce. So we put in a low. We got a higher low. And we're starting to get a bounce. My question, though, is whether or not the bounce continues or if we start to roll over. Like I said in the morning, markets don't like to just go straight up. If they gap up after a day like yesterday, they'll gap up, fade down, sell off down, retest the lows, and then rally, if it's going to rally. So far, Intel is not bouncing, which is good for my SMH. But guys, watch Intel for a possible reversal if it goes red on the day. So it gapped up, sold off, which faded the gap. And then now if it breaks that daily low, which is right where it is, that would turn us into the negative zone. It would be really negative if Intel sold off, and it has room to the downside to make a measured move down, right? So it could go all the way down to 78.50. That's on the 15-minute chart. On the daily chart, we have that moving average stuck underneath, which is the only thing that could save it. By the way, guys, my SMH has turned green, SMH, meaning the other stocks in the sector, now I'm feeling pretty good about my decision to trade the SMH. Woohoo! The SMH is like conservative compared to Intel. Intel. Oh, but it's all of it, guys. No matter what we're talking about here, it's all like watching paint dry. At least for me, I find this is good trading, but boring trading. I'm going to sell some Jack at any moment. which doesn't mean jack. I mean, I do love this chart on Jack in the Box. If this thing starts to go, this stock does it. There, there's an expression. It doesn't take much to move the needle on this one because it's so illiquid. Somebody coming in and buying this stock will drive this up. Any institution. Guys, give me some more stocks in the semiconductor index. I shorted a little bit more SMH because I think that this is a good one, but I actually missed it. I got some at 96. Jack in the Box going higher, Jack, J-A-C-K. Let's see, Jack. Doesn't mean Jack. Guys, look at Jack pressing higher. The best possible spot you could have gotten Jack. Okay, semiconductor index is rallying because Intel. SNCR. Guys, something has happened on this stock, SNCR. Possible climactic buy, but I would not touch it yet. It's TSM. Nice gap fade on TSM, guys. I missed that one. I didn't see it. Taiwan Semiconductor. By the way, guys, the SMH made a beautiful rally and then fail on the 5-minute chart. So let's watch the SMH here. I think this should start getting interesting. Because you'll see they stair-step, bear flag stair-step up slowly and then drop fast, or faster anyway. Really nice sell setup now on the 5-minute. It needs to trigger down and go to the lows. Guys, Jack in the Box, we're watching it. My SMH, guys, is now nicely green, SMH. The reason that worked the way it did is because as it went up into the moving averages, I shorted more. So now once it starts turning down, I'm nicely green. Might have been one of the slowest trades I took this month, though, I have to say. That stock I told you to watch for the SNCR. Watch this for a climactic, guys. If anybody's got a strong stomach, you can watch this thing for a bounce. Okay, watch this thing bounce. I'm not going to do it, but I'll let you guys, we'll watch it just for the sake of education. It's put in a bullish engulfing bar here. Guys, watch this baby go. If it triggers up, bang, it could bounce quite a bit. I don't know what the news is on this, but I've never even heard of this company. But this is a typical climactic buy setup, meaning that the volume got climactic on this bar, and then now it's reversing. And a lot of times these climactics happen right after the initial gap fade kind of move. Guys, so what we're seeing here is the Intel is saving itself on the 200 period moving average. Guys, give me 1 second. I have to make a quick phone call. Guys, this might be a good climactic buy entry. This is the higher low after the initial sell-off. Watch this SNCR. Okay, guys, SMH did not trigger down, so I'm not quite at my stop yet, but I'm getting there. Unfortunately, guys, I hit. Oh, sorry, Emery. See you later, buddy. I hit my max size and I didn't get the short off. I couldn't short more when it spiked. I do think that this is going to be a good short. I'm still in it. My stop is at 49.20. So I shorted a little bit too quick. Intel, guys, looking like a short as well. Jack in the Box is almost near my target as long as its offer is past my target. But watch this SNCR, guys. It's a little bit of a volatile play, but I think that this one might have some legs. If it triggers up here on the 5-minute, it could go up to 31.20. Nat, nice recovery, buddy. Trading Netflix, NFLX. You guys, so far this has been a very slow, choppy day, but not really great trades. We know that's Yom Kippur, so a lot of times that's what happens. We also have the president and the Pope wandering around the TV screen. There goes Jack in the Box, guys. Jack in the Box, watch. Okay, SMH is near my target. I mean, my stop. Not my target, but my stop. Intel bounced, which hurt the SMH short. But it looks good. Still looks okay for me. Jack in the Box is going. Finally. Jack in the Box is printed, high printed here at 78.70. The oil chart looks great, guys, the USO. USO chart looks great. I actually added to my SMH. My stop is at 20 cents. The oil chart looks like a 1, 2, 3 continuation higher. And today we have oil numbers just now. So, guys, watch for a double top on the Qs. The oil number could be the catalyst to start a sell-off down. Be mindful of that. Intel's still bouncing, guys, so I may have to cut my SMH. I'm watching Intel. Intel fade was the way to go, not be short on the SMH. Number 12. Nice job. Francesco. $11. Zinc. Guys, look at zinc. Is that Gilmore that found this? No, Gilmore traded Netflix. I think I got stopped on my SMH finally. Yep, got stopped on my SMH, guys. Probably a great place to short it. Right into the decline in moving average here. Let's see what the Qs look like. Qs are a little toppy. Jack in the Box never got me out. Even though it hit my target, I never got out because it's so thin. Guys, I put on 200 shares more on the SMH up here with a stop above 22 cents. So my first trade got stopped out. We'll see if this one works. It's a very tight stop. I will add if it triggers down, but if it doesn't, then I will get stopped out. Then I'll lose another 20 bucks. Jack in the Box. Still like it, but stopped out on that too. So my morning has been one of stops. Jack in the Box went all the way up to my target and then stopped me out. I mean, literally my order was sitting on the offer. Yeah, the UVXY did make a nice breakdown. You're watching the UVXY now. Some of you, Francesco made a nice trade on the UVXY. Guys, I think the SMH is now long up to 49.35 since it hit my stop area. Hey, Mike. This looks like a nice bull flag in the direction of the trend. This looks like a bull flag here on the 15-minute chart. This was the stop area for the short, and then now it becomes a long. There she goes. So what was difficultly lost on the short side is easily made on the long side once you correctly identify the trend and the pattern. Guys, this is a great climactic buy. We called the entry here at 29.31. It's bounced up. It hit its target at 31. I do think it could potentially be a short here. It is a little bit spready, though. The stop would be around 31.40. Take a look at Pandora. Yeah, I don't know what to look at Pandora about, but SNCR I think is a good watch for the short. This is mainly a Fibonacci retracement play. Let's see if I can put on this on the charts. As it comes into these moving averages, as it comes into that bar's high. Now, guys, it could certainly retrace higher, so it's you got to put a stop on a play like this. If you were long, you should sell your long. If you're short, you put a short with a stop above the current high. If it rejects this whole green bar and turns all red, that's a very positive thing for the short, and that would be a trigger if it goes below that green bar's low. So you guys get ready for a possible sell-off here on this. It's looking negative. I'm not sure if my data is a little slow. All right, so this would be the stop point for the reactionary short. 50 cents. I got stopped out at my 40-cent point. It seems to be the market is giving me a message to stop trading. I've gotten stopped out 3 times. I've only had one positive trade, which is on the SMH to the long side, which was just a scalp. Guys, I'll be right back. I'm going to go get more coffee. I'll be right back. Guys, had I taken my first play on this, this would have been my best trade of the day. I'd be done right now. I always steer away from these climactic sell setups. But this one, this is why I used to like them so much. When they work, they're beasts. I know one of you caught it. Nice trade. All right, guys. So this is the do or die point for this stock. It did finally give a reversal bar, but it did so above the 5-minute charts moving averages. So we either bounce here, or if you shorted it up here, you take the money and run. Because it could bounce here. Otherwise, it could trigger down. If it triggers down, it'll drop to 31. I've heard that as well, Solid. Guys, let's see. This is starting to roll over. It triggered down on the 1 minute, but it's still got those moving averages on the 5 minute. So this could still bounce. Let's filter the after hours on this because that might be messing it up. I mean, when you filter the after hours on this, it actually probably is a more of a bullish, makes the chart look more bullish than bearish, but this is the first time that it's triggered down on all these red bars. Wow, BAC, really a nice call there on that one, Solid. Solid call, Solid. Okay, guys, if this fails to make a higher high, makes a lower high, it should trigger down. But then it's got to cross back over these moving averages. You see, now it would need to take out that low, that prior low, in order for this to really get some mojo to the downside. Which it seems to be doing. Say this is probably a good cover spot. Yep. Pun intended for Mike S. The 1 minute trend is now down on this stock. So we have the 1 minute trend fighting the 5 minute crossed over moving averages. If we get a washout, this is going to have a nice drop. If it crosses back over those moving averages, a lot of times the crossed over moving averages serve as support. You can see that. Look at the spike. Spike 30 cents from that target. Okay. Mainly because of those crossed over moving averages. Do you guys see how they... Failure to go lower means goes higher. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if this is a good short now. I think that was a good short from here when it crossed over, or from here. This could reignite the move up. Now, could it, if it fails to make a higher high, then it will be a good short entry. So if it triggers back down, then it would definitely be a good short entry. Because notice what's happening here on the 15-minute chart. The moving averages are declining. Meaning that this moving average on the 15-minute is, okay, I thought you were talking about the stock you were talking about. Needless to say, let's watch what this red bar does. If that red bar triggers down, you could get like a little mini double top and then a short. But I question this stock. This stock looks like it wants to go higher now. Now, on the 15-minute, it doesn't. So on the 5-minute, it looks like it wants to go higher. On the 1-minute, uncertain. 15-minute looks like a 1, 2, 3 continuation. Or potentially a short if that moving average gets down here and knocks it down. You want to watch and see what it does when it gets close to that moving average. Let's see what the UVXY looks like. UVXY. Yeah, definitely a rally on the UVXY. Guys, the Qs finally did make a significant rollover off the prior high. Guys, the SMH tanked. From my little scalp, it tanked subsequently from there. Let's watch this one just to see what it does when it hits that moving average on the 15-minute. Good moving average lesson in this. By the way, we never triggered on the 15-minute chart. Now we just touched and kissed the moving averages on the 15-minute chart. So let's see if that makes a topping tail. Because we usually say markets don't top, they double top and then drop. And that's what it looks like on the 15-minute chart. Markets pressed to the point where, guys, look at the SMH. I got stopped out twice on my shorts, and then now it's gone straight down on the drop. Very frustrating for me today. Look at Intel, guys, straight down. I mean, the SMH is a great daily chart. It just, I didn't have a wide enough stop to be able to hold it. I actually went long and made a scalp to the long side. Yep. VXX. The VIX is really increased and come off the lows here, guys, from about 11 o'clock on. Okay, guys, look at the SNCR. Just made a steep drop, guys. SNCR. Okay, now that bar is turned red. Now let's see if it triggers down is the question. Now it looks like a sell setup on the 15-minute chart, double top on the 1 minute. If it breaks this point here, it can very, very quickly drop and then resume this trend to the downside. Now, the only problem is it could also still be a 1, 2, 3 continuation because it was deeply oversold. But if it does trigger down on this 15-minute, you should get nice movement because there's been no bar. 1, 2, 3, 4 bars have not broken the prior bar's low. I'm not sure what the time frame is to the end of this bar, but whenever this 15-minute bar ends, it's got 2 reversal bars at the end of 3 down bars in a downtrend. So that usually leads to a movement down. I think this is worth a short here. So short this at 32.47 below the whole number and with a stop 50 cents. So we got our top, we got our double top. Now we've got clear air to the downside. I think it should get down to 31.80 first stop and then possibly somewhere in the middle of this range. I think this moment on this is either the do or die point. If it breaks below this bar's low, now that this is a new bar, then this could trigger down and make the short. If it doesn't, then just kill it and cancel the trade. If it teeters under this short, this moving average is depressing the stop. The fact that it's not going down is depressing me. It is down slightly from the entry. This might be our moment, guys. This might be when it starts to work. That bearish engulfing bar just triggered and it dropped 30 cents. Okay, just print it. It's got to go through the next number that's key on this one is the 80 cent, 31.80, I believe it is. 31.80 is the low from the prior 15-minute bar. Guys, I'm just sitting here watching this. It needs to break down and go down to 31.50 or 31.80. It just has not triggered yet. This has made me the 2-hour trader waiting for the stock to roll over. Okay, to me, I think that this is a cancel. This looks like failure to go lower, so I'm just going to cancel the trade. I'll close it out. You can call it quits on this one. It did not do, I think it's actually a long now. So I'm out. That's it. That's the end of my trading day. More than likely, now that I said it's the end of my trading day, this will go down. I will come back at the end of the day. The SMH ended up working great on the short side, back down to the lows. Okay, look at INTC. Also ended up working great. Okay. If you had stuck with it, I did not stick with it. I got stopped out on both. This to me looks like a long to the upside. What do you got? What do you think, Mike? Mike S. Maybe not. Just showed a little bit of red. Taking the market short. And the market definitely, I felt the market was a good short today, but it's just been very, very rangy. Right now, the market's at support for me, so I wouldn't short it in the middle of the day at support. All right, well, I'm out of everything, so doesn't much matter to me now. I like this stock now as a long because it rejected the short. See, like this should be a measured move. 1, 2, 3 up. So even with the market selling off, this stock now showed relative strength to the market selling off. This should be a long to the upside. It should take it up to 34.80. The VIX looks like a bull flag. Okay, if I look at this 15-minute chart of the VIX, it looks like a bull flag. And coming in, sometimes we get a 12 o'clock sell-off. Streetman, nice trade. Look at the VIX go, guys. If we break out of this range here on the VIX, we can make a move back up. John, you should really think about using a different route besides EdgeX. I know you use it for stops, but you should try using LAMP or Post. Probably say LAMP. It will save you a lot of money and costs. Guys, look at the VIX attempting to break out. The UVXY has that same bull flag kind of shape to it. All right, guys, I'm going to go quiet. It's lunchtime. I've gotten stopped out a bunch of times today and are a little frustrated about it, but such is life. Michael Washington, thanks for showing up, buddy. Talk to you. Guys, the market is at the lows, right? It's at support. So this is a chance where the market could reverse, but it shouldn't do that unless it hits all the way down to support. Remember I said that we could go all the way down today? It would be, if it breaks the yesterday's low, it's extremely bearish, Federico. And you know what? There's a lot of times these sell-offs come right at lunch. Markets are heading back down to the lows, guys. Let's see, the SNCR. Yeah, this is looking good. I mean, if it is going to put a stop above the high, short below the low. At some point, this is going to roll over. Just got to be here to take it. Thanks. Glad somebody made money on it. Did you ever send out that paperwork, Mike?
Exactly what I said. Exactly what I said in the morning. Unfortunately, if you played Apple. Exactly what I said in the morning. Unfortunately, if you played Apple, it didn't.
It's 140. Come on, you have me all excited there. Hey, listen, so if this market does sell off, let me just give my last thought. If the QQQ hits 104.80 for some reason.
Exactly what I said in the morning. Unfortunately, if you played Apple, it didn't.
It's 140. Come on, you have me all excited there. Hey, listen, so if this market does sell off,
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Affinity.
Oh, GoPro. Guys, this comes crashing down. BYE. All right, I'm going to keep GoPro on my screen here.
Good morning, everybody.
1449. Probably should have offered it out right there.
Guys, I'm getting indications that the market's going lower. Okay, I got a high, failure to make a new high.
By the way, remember that LEN reversal yesterday? This is the week of the year. You know what I say to that? Jason Ging, who gives a crap about history? Socialism. I'm going to keep the stock on your watch list. Oh, it was actually at 51 this morning when it opened up. Jeez.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
But I'd like to buy it at 31.85 would be nicer. If it could pull back. It's actually at 51 this morning. Or, you know what? Who's the best trader? Monday, if you
Kind of get your head.
no, when it works. Oil is up. And come on. It cracks down. I might have to sell the.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Affinity Legends of Wall Street Trading Room. The Qs are gapping down. Intel, AZ. I don't want this, if it breaks below that low, I want to see that it doesn't break below that bar's low. I want it to surge up and make a 1, 2, 3 continuation up. Okay, guys, I think we're going to make a 1, 2, 3 up here. So as long as it...
Here. Thank you. Actually, somebody just took your profits. Not going to be enthusiastic. Rig new highs. All right. Comes the market. Looks like Schmuckers is going to be a winner too. Schmuckers, SJM. No. Oh, it is only 6 minutes later. Right. But
Watch Rad too, because Rad gap down. This should be a novice gap fade today at some.
APIs, the building blocks of today's apps. Use them wisely and...
yeah, that stock is just, man, that is the lowest rung of hell that thing is lurking in. Oh my lord, guys. ITCII. ITCI. 3 points and then comes crashing down 7 and then goes back up 5. Up money for the day. Oh my god, Twitter's green. You gotta be kidding me. Eventually have a nice move if this market can hang in there. The shorts are going to cover this thing one day. ITC. Trade with is heavy. Sell something and it goes down. Go right or go fix Ferrari. And if it much as we'll find 3 right because
5-minute chart.
Tease me. I don't want to hold it. Oh, I'm going to lose. I'm going to possibly might be down. All right, do it. Ah, you gone. Dizom, come on, reversal. 224. We're out of GoPro, and this is a successful morning. Ah, you must have got smoked. The Nasdaq it's off the high.
Yeah, well,
Guys, this SNCR, guys, is looking like a rollover. Good short on the 15-minute time frame. SNCR, short, guys. Trigger down. Okay, it took a long time for this one to roll over, but I think this is a good trade.